Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondy Blue and I am back for another family or fiance video. Before we get into it, I cannot start off my videos without acknowledging the extremely devastating passing of Kobe Bryant, his 13-year-old daughter, and her basketball coach and two of her fellow teammates and members of their families, as well as the pilot. All perished in this crash yesterday in California, and it still is extremely difficult to believe. Kobe Bryant was only 41 years old. He made such a great impact, and he just retired from basketball, and it seemed as if he was about to have like this whole different chapter of his life where he was still successful. He had just won that Academy Award for his cartoon that was about playing basketball. Y'all, it's been extremely difficult. I remember when I first saw it. The first time I saw it was on Instagram. Ashley had posted it, and for a second I couldn't say it. Like, my husband was like, "What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong?" We in the car on the way to get groceries, and I'm just like, "Oh my God!" Like, Kobe Bryant is dead, and then the way the story was coming out in pieces, and then, some of the terrible things that happened in media, like, it just is so much. It's a lot, you know what I'm saying? And I don't want to get into it, but I also didn't want to start off my videos today without acknowledging that. So rest in power, rest in peace to everyone we lost. I send all of my prayers, and I really hope that the people who were greatly affected, the family members, the other remaining family members, because in three of these families, whoever is left home has lost multiple family members all at one time, and that is extremely difficult to deal with, let alone to see in this capacity, in this way, to watch the plane and all that. It was just a lot yesterday. Helicopter, not plane. Let me, say that, because there's a difference. But it's so sad, and I just wanted to say that, rest in peace, rest in power to everyone we lost, and, prayers to everyone who's still here. So, Romeo and Natasha, family or fiance. Y'all, this episode worked on my nerves. Can I just say that? This episode had my nerves some bad, y'all. Y'all know I can't stand when people come on the show with just a stank attitude, and it was just very annoying to me. Okay? So they're supposed to be getting married in 2 months. They've been together for 8 years, y'all. Emphasis on 8 years, okay? Because the families don't know either of them, okay? His family don't know her family don't know him, all right? And it's like they've been together for 8 years, and the entire family on both sides is acting as if they've only been together for 8 months. It's annoying, okay? But either way, they've been engaged for 3 years. That's kind of a long engagement, I guess. Like, especially if y'all haven't, they planned the wedding, so I don't feel like that's a long time. Me and Lyric were engaged for 2 years, I think. Like 1 year to save all of the money, the next year to spend it. But ultimately, yeah, we were good. Everybody seems to think that 3 years is such a long time to be engaged. So, yeah. So his mom doesn't like Natasha. Isn't that surprising? Oh my God, a mom that doesn't like her son's fiance or wife or girlfriend. That's something you don't see every day. And the reasoning is because Natasha is always nicely dressed. She always looks nice. So that must mean that she's a gold digger trying to make your son, cousin, best friend work like a dog so that he can keep her shining in Gucci and gold. And I just kind of felt like, really? Really? In this day and age, that is what you think? When most of the time, these niggas are the bums and the women are the one making all of the money? Like, a lot of the times in regular life, we're not talking about celebrity world. In regular life, most of the time, the women are the ones that make a lot of money, or make the most money, or just in general can take care of their own shine. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't understand, why is that the first thought that they go to? That they think she's just sitting around telling him to pay for everything, even though they've never been asked for any money. So I don't understand why you in these people's finances like that. Like, for me, I felt like that was overstepping boundaries. And if he is paying for all her Gucci and gold, if he ain't asking you for no money, that ain't none of your damn business. Natasha says that she won't get married if their families can't come to some type of, mutual respect. Because she doesn't want to be a part of a family where she feels as if she's not really included or liked or wanted. And I understand all of that, but ain't nobody like about to make me not marry a man I want to marry. Like at the end of the day, I know the mama thinks that you're marrying her, but you're actually not. That's annoying as hell. No, I'm not. I'm not marrying you. I'm marrying your son. I would love to have a good relationship with you, but ultimately, I'm marrying your son. Me marrying your son, not you. So when her family gets there, they in general speak. Hey, how you doing? All right. Everything's going all right. Okay. Child. Okay. That cousin with the pink hair, whose hair perfectly matched her outfit. Child. Okay. Look, she was trying to go. She was trying to go because it really bothered her. When his family came in, his mom, best friend, and cousin came in, and the mom didn't even speak to Natasha. She was the one that had opened the door for them. But I also felt like Natasha didn't say anything. Like when you first open the door, you don't say, hey, how you doing? Like I just kind of felt like that was very immature of Natasha to say, oh, well, she didn't speak to me, so I'm not going to speak to her. But that was just ridiculous. You the one that opened the door. Who doesn't open the door and say hello? Like that you expect the hello back, but the mama just kind of strolled on in. And then the cousin, who really worked on my nerves, I think his name was Kess. It's like, where's your woman? Because you're way too involved, okay? You working on my nerves almost as much as the mama. Why is that, sir? And then the best friend with that same old song, or you didn't give yourself enough time after you divorced your wife. Because he divorced his wife right before he got with Natasha, and they was together for 10 years. However, he's been with Natasha for almost the same amount of time that he was with the first wife. 8 years. Okay, so it's a 2-year difference out here. I don't care. There is nothing else to deal with the ex if he didn't already moved on and is ready to marry another woman. Like, you may not know what his process was, but there was a process, okay? And maybe you didn't need to be a part of it. Maybe it didn't need to take a year and a month. Maybe it needed to take 2 or 3 months until I found somebody who I really wanted to be with. Either way, best friend, overstepping boundaries. Overstepping boundaries. When they all sit down, the mom makes a comment about how she doesn't know Natasha and Natasha is raising her granddaughters. Apparently, Romeo has 2 kids that Natasha also takes care of, as well as her sickly mother, who is bedridden, and Natasha has to do everything for. But when the mom makes the comment about, I don't know what type of mother you are, I don't know how my grandchildren are being taken care of, her family gets upset because that's just disrespectful. And then you start calling people names and all of that. Like, his mom is just mad ignorant. Like, I know there's a good sinner, there's a good chewy sinner in there somewhere, but her outskirts is doing way too much. Her outskirts is real disrespectful. And in all honesty, I can understand why Natasha shuts down a lot of the time and just doesn't even engage, doesn't say anything one way or another, because it seems as if it doesn't matter what she says, that lady gonna have an attitude. and other grown women don't have time to be out here, boot licking. I don't care if it is your mama. Like, I'm a woman, you're a woman, we're both adults. I'm trying to get along with you. You're being nasty. Your son is a grown ass man. You have issues you need to work on that don't have nothing to do with me. Okay, so I'm gonna just stay over here and ignore your ass. I can understand why she would do that. I really can. Then they talk to her family. They're upset because they feel like he just picked her up and moved her to another state, and there was never a real conversation with the rest of her family. Then they got engaged and the family didn't know about it. And I just kind of feel like both of these families feel way too entitled to this relationship. Like, I get it, you know what I'm saying? But it's not like mandatory for me to have you a part of our situation. Like, it's cool, but it's not mandatory for you to feel some type of way. I just think that's ridiculous. These are both adults. Why does each family feel like the other one is tricking their family member into the relationship? Ain't nobody getting tricked. Ain't nobody getting played. They've been together for 8 years. If they were getting tricked or played, I think we would have figured it out by now. So Kess, Romeo's cousin, his main issue is that he got Natasha a job at his place of business, and she quit the job after only a few months, and he is really upset about that because he feels like he went to bat for her, and if she can't stick with a job, how do we know she can stick with a relationship? I say, first the fuck all, they've been together for 8 years. Second of all, just saying, y'all, they don't prove nothing to nobody. Never mind. Okay, I'm sorry. I told y'all that was one of the main things about this, how long these people have been together, the way they acting about it. The other thing is, are you seriously comparing a 9 to 5, or in her case, a 7 to 4 probably job to her relationship? What? People don't have to be consistent in a job in order to be consistent in a relationship. Are you serious? Now, of course, there are some people who can't stick with anything. Relationships, jobs, anything. And then it's a teller that there's a pattern going on. But every once in a while, people quit jobs because they suck. Or because it's not conducive with their lifestyle. But nobody is married to a damn job. Nobody is getting the benefits they get from a relationship from a damn job. Like, you get a paycheck, great. But in relationships, you get somebody to be there with you whether you have the paycheck or not. Like, you have to go there and work in order to get something out of the situation. You can be at home all day not doing a damn thing, getting something out of your relationship. So those two things are not comparable to me. And I just thought that Kes was being ridiculous and childish, and I just really wanted him to find some damn business because that was stupid. But they believe that she's just sitting back and letting him work. And even if that is if that was their situation, as long as they not asking you for shit, why do you care? I don't understand. I don't. Ain't nobody in me and Lyrics Finance is like that, and I overshare. Ain't nobody in our shit like that. That's ridiculous. So they both do their respective activities with the opposite's family, okay? And Natasha breaks down her everyday schedule and her finances for his mom, cousin, and best friend. And I just felt like, why would y'all even make this an exercise? She does not have to break down their finances for this. Like, what? That is none of their business. It's none of their business. If you're not a part of my everyday life, my everyday schedule ain't your business neither. But you know what? Fine. For the sake of them getting a better understanding of what the relationship really is, I understand. Fine. So she runs it down. Then she gets up at like 7, 5, something like that. She gets up very early in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, so that she can get her sickly, bedridden mother together. Then she gets his 2 daughters together. Then she finally can get herself together and get to work, which is why she quit the job that the cousin got for her, because they needed her to be there at 7 in the morning, and she needed a literal 9 to 5, so that she can get her mom and her 2 stepchildren together every morning. She needed time for that. So now everybody's having the blow up, come to Jesus moment of realizing that just because you don't know something don't mean it's not happening. But they're still kind of hazing her. The whole attitude is that, if she a part of this family, she gonna have to deal with that. Or if she a part of this family, she gonna have to learn how to fight back. I just can't stand for there to be like those type of requirements on being a part of a family. Like, I don't feel like I should have to go to bat and fight and argue with family members in order to be a part of a damn family. Okay, now in general, that's usually how things work in mine. Like, ain't nobody a punk in our family. Like, you cannot be. All right, they will rib you, make you feel bad. Like, we usually have some type of ribbon session whenever all of us are together. Like, we at some point somebody saying something about somebody, okay? Or got everybody laughing at somebody. It's always like that. So, but that's the way we are. But we're not going to put that on somebody and tell somebody, you can't marry my little cousin if you don't want to be confrontational. Like, what? That's ridiculous. So inside, Romeo is being told by her family and friends that he does too much. What? He does too much? Yeah, he requires too much of the attention. It's always him doing the most. I'm like, y'all, I can't stand people that say shit like, you just wanted to come on a reality show. You ain't really have no problem with that, man. Cause like, I'm trying to understand why somebody being who they are bothers you that much. Y'all are adults. Y'all are not in high school. And if you don't like somebody's personality, then don't deal with them. But you can't sit up here and tell somebody the reason why I don't want you to marry my cousin is because, oh, you do too much. Romeo says, look, I'm just upbeat. That's just the way I am. I'm positive. Like, I'm, a jokester. That's just who I am. You asking people to change for you. Who the hell are you? You were not in this relationship. Oh my God. So back outside, the continuation of this conversation between Natasha and his mom and cousin and all of that, the cousin brings up how she's always posting her Gucci on Instagram. Like, why are you stalking this lady's Instagram? Like, what is wrong with you? Okay? It's her money. She can do with her money whatever she wants to do with her money. Like, I'm glad she said that. Then the mom says she wants Natasha to be open. And it's like, it's kind of hard to confide in somebody that comes off so rah-rah. Like, that's not a very welcoming attitude if you're expecting people to communicate their feelings with you. Like, mama, your attitude is trash. And you expecting somebody to try to get to know you? Like, the fuck? Back inside, Romeo is talking to her family about how the move that they made was Natasha's idea, not his. So the fact that you've been sitting up here being so mad at this man for something that you could have just asked Natasha about, I'm just like, okay, y'all just wanted to be on TV. Also, he says, no, I do work. Everybody's sitting up here thinking that she's footing the bill on her side of the family. They think that because he says he's in sales all the time, he doesn't really do anything. And he's a commission-based salesperson. So sometimes he works, sometimes he doesn't. But ultimately, Natasha doesn't have to work. He works very hard and he takes care of his family. Again, ain't nobody ever asked y'all for no money, and Natasha has never called saying that we broke. So I don't understand where all this concern for their finances is coming from, especially when I'm going to say it one more time, it ain't none of their damn business. At dinner, Kes says that Romeo told Kes all of their business. Like, he would always come and discuss, whenever he was feeling some type of way and have this angst. And it's like, yeah, but that doesn't mean that you get to then take a position within my relationship because I come and I vent to you. Like, I would never talk to your wife the way you talk to mine, the way you talk to my old lady, and you tell me issues that you have with her too. It's like, y'all, Kes is just a messy individual. That's all he is. He is an unstable creature at that. Then they start talking about his first marriage and how Romeo didn't give himself a chance to get over that first marriage. I feel like you can't tell somebody when it's time for them to move on. I know it might be difficult for you to deal with, but it's almost been a damn decade. Y'all need to get over it faster than y'all have. So they do therapy with Tracy. And Romeo talks about how his issue with his mom is he feels like she doesn't really love him sometimes because she has such a terrible divorce from his father. He feels like whenever she looks at him, she sees the dad. And I don't know what that lady done been through, but that lady is carrying every negative thing that she probably ever went through on her shoulders. And she needs to put it down and walk away. Like, when you start to become a person that can't even have a conversation because it hurts so much to hear the truth, you need to put some things out on the table and clear some things up, But Tracy told Romeo he needed to talk to his mom about how he's feeling because she's kind of putting everything on Natasha. And obviously there's some issues between Romeo and his mama. It has nothing to do with Natasha, but she's being brought into it and being the person who is catching the brunt of it all. So all the family goes down to the beach, okay? And everyone is having a good time and giggling and, enjoying each other's company. Romeo asks his mom to take a walk so that they can have a private conversation, and he attempts to talk to her about how he feels. But she keeps shutting him down, saying she doesn't want to have this conversation, saying that he needs to stop bringing it up. She doesn't want to listen. It was exhausting. It was exhausting. It was like, oh my God, can you just shut up and let him get it off his damn chest? Everything isn't about you and how you feel about it. Sometimes you gotta let your kids say how they feel because they need to. They need to say what they're feeling to you, not even just your kids, everybody. Sometimes you gotta shut up and let people get off what they're trying to get off. Trust me, I have a problem doing this. So I know sometimes it needs to be done. As soon as he says, sometimes I feel like I remind you of my father, she shuts it down. No, I don't want to talk about this. And then she walks off. So they can't have the therapeutic moment that Romeo is trying to have with his mom at this moment. Everybody wraps the beach thing up and goes back up to the house. Natasha saw the mama sitting alone. So she goes up to her and tells her, you know, I was just coming to check on you. Dinner's ready. Do you want me to bring your plate out to you? And she was like, no, I'm going to come in. She was like, okay, well, you know, you can come on in because dinner's ready now. You know, just trying to reach out and touch somebody's hand. Make this world a better place. If you can. Reach out and touch somebody's hand. Ooh. At the table, Romeo apologizes to his mom and she breaks down and she's crying. And it's obvious now that all her anger is a mask for all her pain, okay? And once again, she's telling him to let it go. It's just tears are there while she's telling him to let it go. Then he starts crying and he's like, Mama, I don't want to hurt you. Mama, I'm not trying to make you feel bad. I'm not trying to make you feel no type of way, but I just need to say this, you know, like he's crying. Everybody at the table's crying. It was just a very emotional moment. He expresses how he never feels that he's good enough. He feels like he's always trying to prove to her that he's man enough and all of this type of stuff. And she's crying. She said, you don't have nothing to prove to me. You don't have nothing to prove to me. You did what you were supposed to do. You take care of your kids. You don't have nothing left to prove. You just live your life. That's what you do. Okay? Like, I was like, why is this emotional message coming off so angry? Oh my God. Mom needs therapy all on her own. So Natasha and the mama, whose name is Vita, I think, they talk and they agree to lean on each other and confide in one another from now on so that they can have a closer relationship, because that's really all his mom wants. Vita just really wants to be close to Natasha, and Natasha kind of can't take the attitude thing. You know, they had to have a conversation at some point. It's just unfortunate that it took 8 years for them to have it. But they hugged. And for Natasha, it meant so much because in a capacity, her mom isn't there. Even though her mom is still alive and she's taking care of her mom is not there in the way that she wishes she was. But his mom can be. So it's a blessing in disguise. It just took them a minute to get there. So I was real happy with that. So then they have the conversation, you know, does the family give their blessing? And yes, the entire family gave their blessing. His mom cries when she gave hers. Everyone kind of falls in line with, you know, with whatever the head family member said on each respective couch. Like, the mama said, it's all right. Everybody else better say it's all right. And because Romeo has been told by Natasha's cousin time and time again that she felt left out of the engagement festivities, he gets down on one knee to propose to her once again, but now with their entire families, you know, involved. And it was very sweet and everybody was emotional and it was a beautiful moment. They got married and Natasha and Vita took a picture together. They was cute. She helped her plan the wedding. Like, they definitely had a very, very good outcome because of being on Family or Fiance. And I'm sure they had to have the conflict, like it's Family or Fiance. Both people have to have some type of conflict. But, you know, sometimes people really don't have conflict. And I would appreciate them not bringing on one family that really doesn't have conflict, trying to make them have conflict. Because that's kind of what it seemed like happened here. But the conflict with his mom was so strong. That was really the only thing that needed to be fixed. And they actually fixed it. So, yay. But yeah, y'all, that was Family or Fiance. The episode was really good. I enjoyed it. I hope y'all enjoyed the review. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I love y'all. I hope that y'all continue to be blessed, be safe out here, and see y'all in the next one.